Welcome to Sports Talk in the Mancave. We're back again, and today's a big day because we're going to be talking about our giveaway prizes that you can vote on. Let's talk about those first of all. The first gift or item that you can win is going to be a Joe Montana autographed football. What do you think about that, man?
One of the best quarterbacks ever.
4 Super Bowls.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Oh my God!
Come on, everybody knows.
He's the old man goat.
Joe Montana. Joe Montana was awesome. He kept the Cowboys out of the Super Bowl.
We have some autographed jerseys of him. I have an autographed jersey.
That's awesome, man.
Really
I
nice.
have an autographed football from it and a picture that I took with him.
A picture with Joe Montana?
Yeah,
Yeah, in
that's
Vegas,
pretty cool.
right?
Yeah,
Vegas?
no, in San Antonio.
Oh, San Antonio. Wow.
Yeah, we went to a conference there and they invited me and I just went. You could take an item to sign, and he signed one, and took a picture with him. He signed that one. I should have taken a jersey though. I was like quick
I think you
notice.
can catch him in Vegas, right? He's in Vegas every once in a while.
At that
Really?
place?
Joe Montana. I've
I saw him one
I've
time
never
at
seen
the
Montana
MGM.
in Vegas.
Yeah, I saw him one time at the MGM. I don't think he does the Caesar Palace ones. I think he's at the MGM.
Oh, okay.
Wow, man.
Yeah, because I've never caught him there.
Yeah. So that's and we're gonna have a case with that as well. So that's gonna go out to you if you win that one. If that's the one that you all vote for and gets the most votes. The second prize is actually a Shaquille O'Neal basketball.
Wow.
Best center to ever play the game, in my opinion.
In your opinion?
Yeah, he's the best center.
He was
So,
really, really good.
The
That was
most
really
dominant.
good. Yeah, he was dominant.
Terrible
He's
at
up
free
there, top
throws.
3 for sure. I mean, Hakeem Olajuwon.
He has-
you can't, but Shaq is, Shaq
most
is Shaq.
dominant player.
Yeah, Shaq is
most
Shaq.
dominant
Shaq
player I've
is
ever seen.
unique, man. Plus, how many rings does he have? 5 or 4?
4.
5?
He has four.
Four rings?
4 rings.
3 with the Lakers, 1 with the Heat.
Damn, amazing. Third gift was gonna be a Nolan Ryan autographed baseball.
Strikeout king.
Strikeout King.
I just know him for punching that guy in the head a few times.
Yeah, Strikeout King.
Ventura. Chicago White Sox.
Come on,
Yeah.
come on, come on.
Yeah.
Nice little headlock.
And then the last one is a Sugar Ray Leonard and Roberto Duran autographed boxing glove.
I know. That's it.
Yeah,
Does
so-
it,
That's
does
an
it say
awesome-
no mas?
No mas. Yeah, that I actually for their first fight I heard it on the radio upstairs at home, and it was in Montreal. Right?
I
The
saw
first
it.
fight
I saw it
where
at a
Duran
cousin's
won.
house, at a cousin's apartment.
Wow. Yeah, I just heard it on the radio and it was
Saw it
awesome.
on ESPN Classic.
It was awesome. Yeah.
I saw the movie.
The movie was
Yeah,
good. The
it was
movie was
good.
good. And the movie was really good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
there was
check,
also
check the description. Click the link in the description and you'll be able to vote for which prize we'll give away.
Yeah, you'll be putting in your email, putting in your name, vote for the one prize, and then click to submit, and that will qualify you.
And be sure to leave a comment on the video, guys.
Yeah, you have to do the comment, like it, and subscribe. And those subscribers are the ones that we will get to hopefully win one of these prizes. And what we're gonna do is start the voting process when this video airs, and it's gonna run for about 2 weeks, more or less. And then when the next Man Cave comes out, that's when we'll be giving the prize away.
So they're only eligible if they like and subscribe.
Like and
Yes.
subscribe.
Like,
Comment.
subscribe.
And comment.
Comment.
So those
Yeah.
are 3 criteria there?
Right.
Like, subscribe.
All the accounts that like, subscribe, and comment will be available.
Yeah, and those are the people that will win a prize.
And they will be contacted how?
Well, email, and we will be mentioning their name live
Our next video.
in our
and
next
then
video,
We'll mail it out to them, right?
and we'll mail this out to them right away. The other thing I was gonna say was, as far as them leaving their name and email and all that stuff. I forgot what I was gonna say, man. What was I gonna tell them?
To make sure that they subscribe and they have to make sure it says that their response was recorded.
Yeah, that's right. It has to say your response was submitted or recorded or something like that.
Yep.
And we'll put up a picture of what it's supposed to say after you submit your
Is
vote.
there any way that we can keep them up on how many we have that have voted, or so that they could check themselves if their vote has counted?
No, as long as it says submitted, it counted.
Yeah.
So it'll
Okay.
count, and then we'll take it from there. And we do want to give them enough time to vote, and that way they can have enough chance to get on there. And the reason we're doing this is because we have reached 500 subscribers. and that's what I wanted to say. So, 500 subscribers is a big milestone that we wanted to get to,
So thank you all for that,
Thank you,
guys.
thank you.
and then hopefully, probably at 1,000, we give our next prize.
Yeah.
So that'll be awesome.
Some better prizes.
Yeah,
Better.
Pretty much better than this, but
better, dude.
Better.
maybe some
But
guys
you're
that
gonna
still
give
play today.
a car?
Maybe some Dallas Cowboy tickets.
That was cowboy to you. Yeah.
No.
But, we'll see how that goes. But yeah. Later on there'll be well, as time goes on, you get to 5,000, you get to 10,000, you get to 1,000,000.
So we'll be giving away some good stuff.
Ooh, yes,
we're,
good
we're,
stuff.
we're giving away good stuff.
Maybe,
I wouldn't mind having
maybe
any of those.
some guys that people my age would know.
Also, you don't know Shaq.
Who do you know, man?
Oh,
Who
I
do you
know. Shaq. Maybe some
Legends.
Nebraska.
I think everybody appreciates legends.
Legends are
True,
amazing.
true. They
And-
are
and-
legends. They are legends.
And all 5 of these guys were legends.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah,
legends.
they're all legends. They're all legends for sure, man. So let's kind of move on to our next topic here. Let's talk about the NFL. Randy Gregory and David Irving suspended. Possible suspension for Irving. Gregory played 28 games, like I was mentioning. He was suspended for 30 games. What?
So he's played 28 and he was suspended for 30.
Yeah, and now he's suspended indefinitely.
And it's not surprising to me. I remember watching that Saints game, and he made 2 dumb decisions that game, and I tweeted, cut him immediately. And then somebody said that he's a good player, and I was like, he makes dumb decisions on the field and off the field. He's not worth it. They need to cut him. And of course, he made a dumb decision again. Not surprising. I was
Not
right. They
surprising.
should have cut him since a long time ago.
Not surprising.
Yeah, I think we can consider him officially a bust. And we did take him in the second round. I mean, there was a lot of second round guys that we could have chosen from that would have played at least, at least a third of the games that he's played. I mean, the guy did have a lot of talent, but he's just trouble, from the day one.
It's so sad how these guys have all this talent in the world and they can really make good money, have a good future,
Yeah.
and they decide to make some decisions that
I didn't like that guy from day one when he said about D-Ware, out with the old, in with the new, because he was wearing the same number, and I was like, this guy's a loser.
Well, that just says the kind of person he is. Like,
Yeah.
that's him. And what does it say about the people who are in charge of drafting these guys from the Cowboys? Like, how many times have we heard they even make memes about how Cowboys guys have to be in jail before they can be a Cowboy?
they take a chance. That used to be the Oakland Raiders back then, when you don't know. But that used to be the Oakland Raiders back then. They all had come out of prison. So
Yeah,
but they were good players.
and Jerry Jones, it goes back to Jerry Jones. I mean, he's a gambler. That's how he made his money, gambling with oil money and just throwing that big money to the Cowboys organization. And now he tried to do the same thing with his players, and year after year, it's backfiring on him.
Yeah.
I think.
and I think he's finding out that maybe 1 out of 10 of these guys that you're taking a chance on will come through, but most of the time they're gonna be busts.
Yeah.
So we got 2 busts. We got 2 open holes now in the defensive line. So I guess we're gonna have to draft defense.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
assuming.
And now it makes high priority to re-sign Tech Lawrence.
Yeah.
Now with that, now he's gonna want big. I mean, he deserves big money, but now we were kind of handcuffed because we have nobody
Who
to
else?
really take his place. Well, also
Right.
David Irvin is facing a suspicion as well.
Yeah.
So.
And
That,
so-
and then they're both head cases. They both don't
Dumb
want to play.
decisions.
They both rather party
And
instead of.
I
play football.
think they should still sign and get a receiver in there, and so they need help everywhere. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be
It's
interesting.
gonna be good. It'll be
I guess
good.
one more thing in the NFL, just worth mentioning, Robert Kraft. What do y'all think about Kraft's decision making?
He was trying to be a little crafty and do a little.
He's old.
I think he's the Hugh Hefner of the NFL.
And wasn't he like
I'll see
rhyming
that.
on stage with Cardi B or something?
I saw that.
Haven't some photos of Jerry Jones come out
Yeah.
and made public?
I'm
Yeah,
sure
but I
he's done
think
a little
this guy's
dirty.
on another. He's midlife crisis. I mean, the guy's.
I'm sure Jerry Jones.
Jerry
done a little
Jones
stuff,
is
too.
yeah.
So you think
old,
he's gonna be
big.
suspended for a few games though, or
Robert Kraft suspended
Yeah.
from what? It's from being in the box.
from being in the box basically?
Take
yeah.
part of his salary?
Yeah.
Well,
Or
I think
they
it
can
goes
force him
deeper. I
to.
think it was human trafficking.
Oh, they could.
I
Yeah,
just don't know
that's
that.
right.
I just don't know if he was aware that they were.
They could force him to sell like
could
that
force
guy
him to
from the
sell.
Clippers.
They could take some of
Yeah,
his
make
money
those
and
comments.
actually give for
human,
college
if
funds
it's
for
human
these
trafficking, they can have him sell a team just like
Yeah.
they did the guy with the Clippers.
It depends how big of an issue it becomes.
That's
If
true.
it becomes like a really big issue, then they're gonna make him sell it.
I mean, but is it gonna hurt his pockets? Not.
No, it's pride. That's it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's it. I mean,
He's a billionaire.
yeah, he'll be back there after he sells. You know, the team.
things will be forgotten.
Yeah. I mean, he's a, like I said.
Okay, so nobody cares. Great, man. All right, so let's go
Pigs.
to the let's go to the NBA, man. Let's talk about. I guess first of all, playoff race. Do we think the Lakers or do we think the Spurs are even going to make the playoffs? They're kind of tanking.
Well, they're not tanking.
They're pretty.
Well,
They're not.
1-7.
I don't think the Lakers
Spurs?
will make it. I don't think the Spurs will make it when it comes down to the end. I don't think they'll make it. They can't win on the road. They can't win on the road. You cannot count on just winning at home. And if you can't start getting something going on the road, there shouldn't even be. You shouldn't even be in the race because you're going to be playing away. The
Especially
4
when
out
you're-
of the 7 games.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the Lakers, I think it goes a little deeper than just not winning. I think LeBron, like I had said earlier in some other talks, LeBron went in and caused a little bit more problems than he did good for the team.
Yeah, I mean, there's a notion of what can go wrong, will go wrong, and everything's been going wrong with the Lakers ever since LeBron got hurt. I mean, if you really think about it, before he got hurt, they were the 4th or the 3rd seed. One of those. They were right there. As soon as he got hurt, everything kind of.
But early in
went
the
down
season, the
from
Spurs
there.
were also
Then-
3rd seed.
Then yes, but LeBron is in another level than any of those players from the Spurs.
Well-
and they were the 4th seed at the time that he got hurt. And after that, I think that Magic Johnson has a lot to blame also because he made those trades public, and these kids are too young in order to to have that mental capacity that they're gonna regroup from saying, hey, you're gonna have to pack up and leave.
I think that's what most of it is. Yeah.
Yeah, I think LeBron alienated himself from those kids, and they don't trust him anymore.
And he continues to do it.
Yeah.
When he goes and talks to any announcer, and he says he separates himself. They don't know how to win.
Yeah, he's
they
he
this.
continues
They
to throw
are
them
great.
under the bus.
It's not we.
And that's fine if you're leading by example. And he's not leading by example. If you look at his defense, it's atrocious. I mean, he's playing zone by himself. I mean, it's hard. When you're playing in the NBA, everybody's good. You cannot have 4 against 5 because that messes up all the rotations. And the guy's just on an island by himself, just loafing. And it might be his health, and it might be also that age.
I don't think it's. I think he's just throwing the towel for this season.
I think he's
And he's just these guys. We got to get rid of these guys in the summer and get some new guys.
We
in.
also have to remember that he played in the East. In the East, he could afford to do that.
can get away with that.
Because he knew he could come up. But he wouldn't have been able to do it in the East this time because there's at least 5 teams up there that probably would have beat him anyway.
yeah.
So
So
that's
then-
probably why he went to the West.
But
as I've been saying.
maybe he is tanking this season
No,
already.
I don't think
No.
he's tanking. I think he really cares. I think he really wants to get in. I just think that he's alienating himself. And there's no chemistry anymore.
The guy was
The
playing
trust
like
is
43
gone.
minutes. He was playing
I
like
mean,
43 minutes in the other teams.
Right.
He was not playing defense for 43 minutes. He
But
has always been known
just like
to
you said,
slack
but
off.
like you said, he was in the East. This is
But-
the Western Conference.
And then what he would do,
It's not
they,
that
were-
much
they
of a
were they were in
difference, in my opinion.
they were in striking range
This year.
and he would start
Not
playing
last-
basketball the last 10, 15 games, which he could still do this year. He started playing hard, and they would make it to the playoffs. This last year, they were what 5th seed.
I
and
think
went
he's
to the
not. He doesn't want to
championship.
waste his time in the playoffs with these kids because he knows they're not going anywhere. So I think he doesn't really care where they win or lose right now. He's looking towards next year already. He's looking to get rid of some guys and bring in some new guys.
I think he does because of his legacy. I don't think he wants to miss the playoffs. I think he's going to try to get in there, and there's a lot of fences that needs to mend with those kids because there's no trust there. And whenever it comes to team playing defense and all that, it's all about trust, and there is no trust. there.
And but that about his legacy, he always says he has nothing to prove.
yes,
so
but I mean,
If
you can take that with a grain of salt,
Yeah, I think if the trade would have happened that they wanted, then he would have been playing harder.
Yep. And they
And I think at this point he's just
it
not
backfired,
gonna,
and also Luke Walton his rotations are
trash.
horrible.
He's
I like
trash.
his offense, but I don't like his rotations. I don't like his substituting. I think Magic also he messed up real big with that trade when he traded Kuzma. That's a big boy that right now they could
When
have
he
been
traded,
using. I'm sorry, not Kuzma.
Zubac.
That's a big boy right now that they could have been using in the paint because they're getting out rebounded every single game.
So I guess moving on, who do you think is going to? Or you got the top two teams in the West, which are the Warriors and the Nuggets.
Warriors, Nuggets, Rockets are moving up.
Yeah, Thunder's good, right?
Thunder is
I don't
moving
believe in the
up.
Thunder.
Yeah.
I don't believe in the Thunder. I think it's
But they're playing better.
Yeah, I think it's a two-man race. I think two-team race. I think it's going to come down between, basically Denver and Jokic inside and
Denver.
Golden State.
Denver and Golden State.
But I don't think anybody can compete with Golden State.
I don't. It doesn't look
No.
like it.
And
But this is why they play the games. You never know.
Yeah. You never know. You never
Steve-
know.
Curry can get injured. Durant. You never know what happens.
There could be an injury.
So the East, you have the Bucks, the Raptors, and the Pacers. They reached 40 games and above that they've won. They're doing pretty good. What do you guys think on those?
I think the Bucks have really improved themselves. They got in the trade deadline. They got about 2 or 3 shooters to surround the Greek Freak, and I think the coaching has really made a difference for Jason Kidd. When they got rid of Jason Kidd, it was horrible, and they got the guy from Atlanta, Budenholzer. I think he was under Popovich. He's done a really good job with them.
And watch out for Boston. Watch out for Boston as well.
Yeah, because
They're probably like in
because
the 5th spot.
when it
or
comes to
4th
coaching,
spot,
Brad
5th spot.
Stevens can
Yeah,
change
on the fifth spot.
with one game. He can adjust and he can change the whole series around. He's proved that last year they made the finals with a bunch of 18-year-olds.
Amazing.
Yeah, I'm
So-
taking the Bucks though.
You got the
I'm
Bucks.
taking the Bucks.
So you think Bucks will make it to the finals
Bucks,
possibly?
Golden State is what I'm thinking.
I like the Celtics. I think that once the playoffs come around, Kyrie will be able to close it.
Wow.
I think he
Just because he wants to play with LeBron.
Who do you think is going to make it?
Golden State for sure.
Golden
Toronto's
State.
gonna
Yeah, I
Oh,
think
Golden State. I think Golden State's gonna win it all.
I think
But
they're
like you
gonna
say,
turn it up, yeah.
they could be an injury away from not being there.
Yeah.
But the Bucks, Toronto could play, and Kawhi is well rested. He doesn't play that much. The only reason he's not in the talk for MVP is because of the lack of games that he's played. They were talking about him not even be an all the
He still
time
doesn't look like
player.
the same Kawhi as I think he really was hurt. I think people try to say that he wasn't. He was dogging it, but if you look at him playing this year, he is not as explosive as he used to be.
Have the Bucks won any championship other than like when Kareem was with them? Dual cylinder?
I don't think so.
Man, it's been a long time for them. I'm gonna go for the Bucks.
Yeah, they used to go to the playoffs back
That's
in the
what
day.
I'm-
I mean,
It's the way
I don't
that-
think anybody has a
I'm
chance.
going for the Bucks.
I'm going for them too, but I don't think they
Yeah,
have a chance.
I want the Bucks. Okay.
I don't think
But
anybody does.
talking about players, LeBron is not going to win the MVP this year for sure.
No.
But who's going to take the MVP this year for the NBA?
I think the Greek Freak is going to win it just because the Bucks came out of nowhere. Really, they're a small market team and is leading a bunch of guys that up and comers, but everybody just knows that's his team. Everybody else has a co-star. You can't really say, "Oh, this is Greek Freak's co-star. He's got this guy." Paul George has Westbrook. You can name Westbrook. Harden has CP3, even though he's been playing.
But
he's
most
been
of
on
what
a
he's
tear.
done that has put him ahead of the race
Right.
it has been without CP3.
Right. No, and I understand that.
But
But
now Giannis
Right.
is in the
Yeah.
ahead of the race.
But
I think I think it's gonna be Harden
Me too.
because all these 31, 32 games that he scored 30 and above, he did it in fewer shots than than everybody else. He has a whole bunch of assists. It's not just him shooting the ball. He does give the ball up.
But he's also a product of that D'Antoni offense, and it doesn't work in the playoffs.
No, it doesn't work.
No,
That
I'm
one-on-one-
saying for the MVP race.
that one-on-one dribble a million times offense,
No.
shoot three now.
Yeah, and most of his
Doesn't work.
points are on the line.
The
also.
shuffle, shoot.
Yeah,
I hate.
he's-
Yeah, how is that not a travel?
Yeah,
That's a travel.
He invented that move, and they just said, "Oh, it's not a travel."
But that
Did
It's
any
not,
of you?
you know,
did,
it
any
it
of
is
you
a travel.
It is a travel.
did any of you see the All-Star game?
You can't do that. in
Somebody
college.
else did it, no?
He was guarding
Paul George.
He was
Paul
guarding
George
Paul
did.
George, and Paul George did the shuffle, shoot over.
But
him.
even Kyrie has done it after. They didn't call it travel either.
No, I mean, they let it slide. I
That's
guess.
travel.
Yeah, it is. I mean, you can't do that in college.
What is that, like 4 steps?
You can't do that in college or
Four
high
steps,
school.
right?
Something.
Oh, and then you watch the Spurs, and they barely take a second step, and like, hey, you know, they have to be fair.
Okay.
Yes. No, yes. I'm serious. You don't watch basketball.
Okay.
It's always against the Spurs.
Yeah.
I tell
Yeah,
you.
it
It's
is,
always
it is.
against the Spurs.
Well, not if you ask somebody else.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna stay out.
Okay, all right. I think this light's gonna give me a seizure, dude. It's like he's putting the like, Jesus Christ. All right, and any other topics that we have to cover today that may be of interest to anybody out there?
Well, one of the things I want to say, I want to make a video on something that I found very interesting, and it has to do with John Wayne Gacy, and hopefully it'll be coming up this coming week. I was very surprised when I found out this, so that's why I just want to bring it up to you.
Yeah, we're gonna be giving away a painting also, guys.
We're not giving away no painting.
Well,
Stop listening to
right
that,
now,
man.
all these serial killers are coming out on Netflix. All these documentaries. It's
The ID channel.
I just
the ID channel. There was a special on John Wayne Gacy, and
Bundy.
he's
I
gonna
just saw one,
be
Ted Bundy.
on.
Do you want to talk
Ted
who that
Bundy.
guy is? Who that?
Is that?
Well, I could wait. Well, John Wayne Gacy,
very
better
briefly.
known as the Killer Clown,
Frequent to see
was a serial killer that killed at least 33 boys, and he would dress like a clown
And
and take
make
these
paintings.
guys.
That's
But
nice.
yeah, it'll be very interesting. I found it very interesting, so I think that video will be good. And I'll have a buddy here that owns the picture, the painting, that will be here with me.
He actually got the painting personally by him. Is that correct? Or?
No,
It's not verified yet.
no. There was a 2-year difference.
Okay.
Yikes.
Yeah.
That's
Stay
crazy.
tuned for that giveaway of that painting.
No, we're not giving away no painting, damn it.
You should not sleep at night.
Yeah, just like and subscribe, guys.
Yeah, like and subscribe. Hey, remember, giveaway, start voting now, and we will give it away in about 2 weeks. You'll get a prize, hopefully, whoever is the lucky person out there. And thanks for watching. Thank you for the 500.
Like, subscribe, and
Comment.
comment. Like, subscribe, and comment.
Don't forget to vote.
Oh yeah, that's
Vote. So
Deuces.
4 things.
See you all next time.
Yeah.